Enchantinghoyas, discovering the magic. My Hoya nursery is more than just a collection of beautiful plants. It's a living laboratory, a stage for the quiet drama of nature. While the vibrant blooms of my Hoyas often steal the show, the real stars of this story are the often overlooked creatures that share this space: moths, butterflies, ladybugs, and other beneficial insects. These creatures, so often seen as mere decorations, play a vital role in the life of my Hoyas and the health of the surrounding ecosystem. They're not simply pretty faces, they're essential players in a delicate balance, a complex network of interactions that shapes the very essence of this little world. Many people associate pollination primarily with butterflies, picturing them flitting gracefully from flower to flower. While butterflies certainly contribute, moths, especially those active at night, are unsung heroes of the pollination process. My Hoyas, with their diverse array of colors, textures, and scents, have evolved a fascinating array of strategies to attract these pollinators. It's a partnership forged over millennia, a coevolutionary approach, where the moth gains sustenance and the Hoya ensures its reproductive success. This specialized relationship is particularly important for some Hoya plant collectors, many of whom cultivate these plants indoors, far from the natural pollinators they might encounter in the wild. Bringing a touch of that natural balance into a controlled environment can be a challenge, but understanding the Hoya moth connection is the first step. One common misconception, even among seasoned plant enthusiasts, is confusing moths with butterflies. While both belong to the order Lepidoptera, they have some key differences. Butterflies are generally active during the day, diurnal, while moths are often nocturnal. Butterflies typically hold their wings vertically over their backs when at rest, whereas moths tend to hold theirs flat, like a tent. Moths also often have feathery or comb-like antennae, while butterflies have club-shaped antennae. And while both can be beautifully colored, moth coloration tends toward more muted tones and patterns, often serving as camouflage, while butterflies are known for their vibrant, eye-catching colors. Spotting these differences can add another layer of appreciation for the diversity within your own Hoya haven. My Hoyas challenge the idea that these blooms are simply pale. They explode with a spectrum of colors, from the creamy yellows and waxy textures of some varieties to the vibrant reds, oranges, pinks, magentas, greens, and purples of others, not to mention the countless shades and combinations. This color diversity isn't just for our enjoyment. It plays a crucial role in attracting specific pollinators. Darker colored Hoya blooms often exhibit thermogenesis, meaning they generate heat. This warmth, combined with the intense color, acts as a beacon for certain pollinators, particularly moths, who are drawn to the warmth and what it signals about potential nectar rewards. But color isn't the only lure. Even the paler Hoya blooms, those in cream to yellow range, often compensate with powerful fragrances. Just like jasmine, ginger, and lilies, these Hoyas release volatile organic compounds that waft through the air, attracting pollinators from afar. Hoya fragrance is complex and varied. Some have a sweet, honey-like scent, while others might be more spicy, musky, or even reminiscent of chocolate. Imagine, for instance, the intoxicating aroma of Hoya carnosa with its sweet, or the rich, earthy fragrance of Hoya multiflora. These scent profiles are not accidental. They've evolved to specifically target the sensory preferences of their pollinators. And then there's the nectar. Some Hoyas are particularly generous with their nectar production. This sweet reward is the primary motivation for pollinators to visit the flowers, ensuring that they come into contact with the pollen and facilitate fertilization. The amount and composition of nectar can also vary between Hoya species, further specializing the relationships with their pollinators. Beyond color, fragrance, and nectar, Hoyas exhibit other fascinating biological phenomena. Corolla structure. The unique structure of Hoya flowers, particularly the corona, plays a critical role in attracting and guiding pollinators. The corona's shape and position ensure that pollinators brush against the pollinia, pollen masses, as they forage for nectar, facilitating pollen transfer. This specialized structure can even influence which type of pollinator can access the nectar, adding another layer of specificity to the plant-pollinator interaction. Some pollinia structure and attachment Hoya pollinia are not simply loose pollen grains. They are organized into compact masses. This structure ensures efficient pollen transfer, as a single pollinium can contain numerous pollen grains, increasing the chances of successful fertilization. The way these pollinia are attached to the pollinator is also critical. Some Hoyas have sticky pollinia that adhere easily to the pollinator's body, while others have specialized structures that help the pollinia latch on securely. Rapid flower opening. Some Hoya species exhibit rapid flower opening, often occurring at dusk or during the night. This rapid opening allows the flowers to be ready for their nocturnal pollinators and ensures that the window of opportunity for pollination is maximized. It's a race against time, as these flowers may only remain open for a short period. Now, it's true that some gardeners might view moths and butterflies with a degree of apprehension. Caterpillars, the larval stage of these insects, are indeed known to consume leaves, and excessive feeding can sometimes damage plants. It's also a fact that moths lay eggs, which will eventually hatch into caterpillars. However, it's important to remember that this is a natural part of the life cycle, and the presence of a few caterpillars is often a sign of a healthy ecosystem. In a balanced environment, the natural predators of caterpillars, such as birds, wasps, and other insects, will help to keep their populations in check. Furthermore, the benefits that moths and butterflies provide as pollinators far outweigh the occasional damage caused by caterpillars. A healthy garden or nursery is one that embraces this natural balance, recognizing that even creatures that might seem problematic at times play a crucial role in the overall health of the system. The relationship isn't always straightforward. Some moths, with their shorter proboscises, might be considered nectar thieves, taking the sweet reward without providing the service of pollination. However, many others, especially those with long, specialized tongues, are crucial for the fertilization of Hoyas, reaching deep into the floral structures that other insects can't access. This specialized relationship ensures that pollen is transferred effectively, allowing the Hoya to produce seeds and continue its lineage. For Hoya collectors, especially those with limited space, understanding these specific pollinator needs can be crucial. Even a small, strategically placed light at night can attract moths to your indoor Hoyas, potentially leading to seed production and the exciting prospect of growing new plants from those seeds. Beyond the obvious role of pollination, the interactions between Hoyas and moths extend further. The larval stage of moths, the caterpillar, is a voracious consumer of plant matter. While this might seem like a threat to my Hoyas, it can actually be beneficial. Caterpillars, particularly those of certain moth species, can help regulate the growth of other plants that might compete with my Hoyas for resources. It's a natural form of biological control, a way to maintain a healthy balance within the nursery. This dynamic interplay between feeding and regulation highlights the interconnectedness of life within this contained environment. Another aspect are the beneficial role of other insects, like ladybugs. These vibrant beetles are voracious predators of aphids and other pests that can damage Hoyas. Their presence is a welcome sign in any garden or nursery, a natural defense against unwanted intruders. Encouraging ladybugs to take up residence in your Hoya haven can be as simple as providing them with shelter and a source of water. Speaking of vital garden allies, we can't overlook the incredible work of bees. These buzzing dynamos are essential pollinators, not just for Hoyas, but for a vast array of plants, including many of the fruits and vegetables we rely on. While they might not be as specialized in their relationship with Hoyas as some moths are, bees still visit Hoya flowers for nectar, and in doing so, they contribute to pollination. Attracting bees to your garden or nursery is a win-win situation. They benefit from the nectar your Hoyas provide, and your plants benefit from their pollination services. Planting a variety of bee-friendly flowers, providing a source of fresh water, and avoiding the use of pesticides are all great ways to encourage these important pollinators to visit your space. Even a small effort to create a bee-friendly environment can make a big difference. The transformation from caterpillar to moth or butterfly is a biological process of astounding proportions. Moths, masters of the night, possess remarkable navigational skills. They use a combination of celestial cues, sensing the faint light of stars and the moon, and their exceptional sense of smell to navigate in the darkness. Some moths can detect pheromones, chemical signals released by potential mates, from considerable distances. This ability to find partners in the dark is essential for their reproductive success. The presence of healthy moth and butterfly populations is a strong indicator of a healthy ecosystem. These insects are not isolated entities, they're integral parts of the food web, serving as a food source for birds, bats, and other animals. Their decline, due to habitat loss, pesticide use, and climate change, has significant consequences for the entire ecosystem. It impacts not only the plants they pollinate, including many of our food crops, but also the decline due to habitat loss, pesticide use, and climate change has significant consequences for the entire ecosystem. It impacts not only the plants they pollinate, including many of our food crops, but also the animals that depend on them for sustenance. This ripple effect underscores the importance of protecting these seemingly small creatures. For Hoya collectors, especially those without access to natural pollinators, these considerations are even more crucial. Creating a miniature ecosystem within your home or greenhouse can be a rewarding experience. Understanding the needs of these beneficial insects, from providing the right host plants for caterpillars, if you're willing to accept a little nibbling, to avoiding harmful chemicals, is essential for creating a thriving and balanced environment for your Hoyas. Consider, for example, planting native wildflowers alongside your Hoyas. These can provide additional nectar sources for pollinators and attract beneficial insects like ladybugs. Even in a small space like my Hoya nursery, I can contribute to the conservation of these vital pollinators and other beneficial insects by planting native flowers that attract moths and butterflies, avoiding the use of harmful pesticides, and providing a safe haven for these creatures. I'm playing a small but important role in preserving their populations. My Hoyas, with their beautiful blooms and their specialized relationships with moths, are not just plants. They're a part of a larger story, a story of connection, adaptation, and the delicate balance of nature. This nursery is my personal contribution to that story, a place where I can witness the quiet drama of life unfolding and play a part in protecting the creatures that make it so special. It's a reminder that even in our own backyards, we have the power to create havens for these essential players in the natural world. Again, this is Maria. Thank you so much for joining me in my little slice of paradise today. I hope you found this glimpse into the world of my Hoyas and their pollinators as fascinating as I do. If you want to see more of what happens here, please like and subscribe to my YouTube and TikTok channels at Raregardenblooms. I love sharing my plant journey with you all. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates and plant inspiration. And for all my fellow Hoya lovers out there, yes, Rare Garden Blooms ships internationally. We have a diverse selection of Hoyas, from the everyday beauties to the hard-to-find species and the latest hybrids. Feel free to message us if you're interested in adding some of our unique Hoyas to your collection. Thanks again for watching, and happy growing.